In 2005, a new Nickelodeon cartoon premiered, one destined to be widely adored and critically acclaimed. Avatar: The Last Airbender. 2 years after the series finale, the show was bestowed the scariest honor of all: a live-action film adaptation. And this wasn't one of the actually good ones. The questionable take on Avatar, directed by M. Night Shyamalan, has gone down as one of the worst films ever made. Leaving some saying, imagine carrying a baby 9 whole months, dealing with sickness, pain, and childbirth, and then it grows up to be the person who made this movie. And others wondering, doesn't it bother y'all that M. Night Shyamalan didn't serve any jail time for this crime he committed against humanity and pop culture? He should have been arrested for real. I'm not joking. These are The Last Airbender movie reviews. Nobody in this movie even seems to know how to say the word avatar properly.
The Avatar.
The Avatar.
The Avatar would be born.
I'm willing to bet that M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong only made this movie because the Blue Spirit episode had a twist ending. Shyamalan drank cactus juice the entire time while making this movie. Almost no films released in the years since this have produced an image funnier than the Nickelodeon logo on fire. Okay, so you remember the show, right? Good. First thing you're going to want to do is remove all of the charm. Got that down? Now, strip it of all of its humor. No whimsy allowed. With those two things out of the way, now you can start making the most asinine, pointless changes you can come up with. This next step may seem small, but it is very important. Mispronounce almost everything, but not consistently. I can't stress how crucial this is. Okay, have you been able to follow along so far? Great! Let's move on to minute 11. This might be the most whitewashed movie I've ever seen. M. Night Shyamalan's The Last Airbender is a cinematic masterpiece. Taking the beloved Nickelodeon cartoon and completely butchering it was such a bold choice. The decision to whitewash the good guys but keep the bad guys ambiguously Asian was progressive, and totally not stupid. Choosing to focus more on shitty fight scenes as opposed to actual character development was a total improvement from the show we all know and love. And mispronouncing the characters' names? Artistic vision. Showing audiences everywhere that it's okay to do whatever you want to something you're adapting without any consequences. Truly an unforgettable film. My reaction to this movie is the same reaction that the gang had when they watched the play that was made about them. Look how they massacred my boy. Look how they massacred my boy. Look how they massacred my boy. Look how they massacred my girl. I got so bored while watching this that I started keeping track of how many times Sokka, aka the Confederate vampire from Twilight, blinked throughout the movie. And I only saw him blink 3 times. 9-year-old me trying to mentally block out my experience of this film.
There's no war in Ba Sing Se.
Quite possibly the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. The only good thing about this mess was the scene where 6 skilled earthbenders only managed to lift a single rock with all of their powers combined. That was the funniest scene I've ever seen in a movie. Earthbenders. Small rock slowly hovers towards a firebender. If this exact same movie was billed and marketed as a parody of Avatar: The Last Airbender, it would have been critically acclaimed, and you know I'm right. Firebenders need a candle to firebend. Waterbenders waste 70% of their water before attacking. Earthbenders should be more than 5 to move a tiny rock. Shyamalan really fucked up the ATLA verse. I'm not optimistic about the Netflix adaptation though. Dev Patel said himself this is one of the worst movies he's ever done, and that he shouldn't even bring it up. And who am I to disagree with Dev Patel? Thank God I only got into Avatar 4 weeks ago, because if I had loved Avatar when this came out, I'd probably have been so furious I would have been indoctrinated into like Gamergate or whatever angry nerds were doing in 2010. So much of this made me mad, but also, what the fuck? Why did they make Uncle Iroh sexy? Also, where's Sokka's personality? Also, where are Katara's loopy loops? Why does Appa roar like Godzilla? I was uncomfortably mad with this film. Like, yeah, it was awful and is a massive fucking shit on top of one of my favorite shows of all time. But what astounded me is they fucking messed up the yin and yang fish. How the fuck do you fuck up those designs? It's just a white fish with a black dot and a black fish with a white dot. How do you fuck that up? Are you fucking blind? What the fuck? How? There is one genuinely good action scene, and James Newton Howard's score is great. But otherwise, I'll provide a brief summation of my overall feelings towards this movie. There was a point towards the end where the film cut to black and I thought it was over. I breathed a sigh of relief, but the film wasn't over. And when I realized that, a single tear formed in my right eye. This movie was not Flameo Hotman. I could probably go on for days about all the bad things in this movie, so instead here's something positive. Not that this movie deserves that, it's for my own sanity. Here it goes. Appa looks cute, I guess. Fuck you, movie, for ruining the most important character, Momo. At least they had the decency to spare Cabbage Guy from this disaster.
Oh, my cabbages!
Every copy of this film should be collected together into a giant truck and driven off a cliff into a ravine. M. Night Shyamalan was quoted saying The Last Airbender was his best movie. Gotta love promoting. I remember when the film was out and I was 7 and I desperately wanted the Fire Element toy from McDonald's, and when I finally got it, I was so disappointed. Just as disappointed when this film finished. I haven't seen the show, but I don't get why everybody is so angry about a cute, fun, beautiful movie for first graders. I willingly watched this again. On my own free will. No one influenced me or forced me. I am the one to blame for my actions. My actions are a disgrace to movies all around the world. Everyone is guilty until proven innocent. Though in this case, everyone is guilty, including myself. I'll give the movie credit for one impressive thing. It was able to not have Aang in the movie. Instead, we got a new character, named Ong. Ahsoka. My favorite Star Wars character. I would rather have a stroke than hear any of the actors pronounce the characters' names.
Soka.
My name is Iro.
The monks named me Ong.
How do you get the name of your main character wrong? Like, how is that possible? This Avatar: The Last Airbender movie? It's not good. Could be used for torture. You know what's better than watching this? Watching this with a fan of the original series and watching them have an aneurysm. They thought there was gonna be a sequel. That's adorable. Also, I distinctly remember enjoying this as a kid, so that just goes to show that you can't rely on your childhood memories to judge a film. Is it bad that I kinda want to see how they would do season 2 and 3? I originally rated this 5 stars, and then I watched Korra. He was not, in fact, the last Airbender.
That's rough, buddy.
Big thank you to my Patreon members, my little ruse, Kuski55, Fallen Vexen, Sam, Donka42, I Am a Noodle, John Huang, and Fantastic Wreck. Thank you so much for your extra support on Patreon. It means the world to me. So grateful for your extra support. I hope you guys are doing great. I think you guys are awesome, so keep on being awesome. Same goes to my YouTube channel members, my mini ruse, AD, Taylor Thompson, Fox Star Killer, DeBella, and Logan. Thank you for your extra support. I'm so glad to have you be a part of my channel. You guys are awesome. Keep on being awesome. And thank you to everyone else who watched. Thank you to the people who recommended that I leave reviews of The Last Airbender. Let me know in the comments, are you looking forward to the new live-action show, or do you think it's not gonna be great? Also, if you could be a bender, what would you want to be able to bend? Back when I was a kid and I watched the show, I always liked the earthbenders. I would have wanted to be an earthbender. I look forward to seeing your comments, and I will see you in the next video.